All right, so for this lecture, we're going to take a look at the thyroid and parathyroid hormones. The thyroid simply is a organ that is found at the base of the throat. It actually consists of two lobes, and then there's a little what they call isthmus that connects the two. So it sort of almost looks like a butterfly that sits right at the base of the throat there. It produces three basic hormones. There are two of them that are considered what are called thyroid hormones, and another one that's considered just simply calcitonin. So the thyroid hormones, there is thyroxine, which is T4, and triiodothyroxine, which is T3. So T4 and T3 are the two hormones, as well as calcitonin. Here's a pretty good image of what it looks like. So here is the thyroid cartilage right here at the base of the larynx, and then the thyroid itself sits just below that. So if you kind of palpate your clavicles on both sides, all right, and then there's a little notch right there. So just above that notch is kind of where the thyroid sits. So the thyroid hormones, they play a huge role in metabolism. All right, they both are iodine-containing hormones, which is one of the reasons why, if you're exposed to radiation, they tend to absorb quite a bit of that. People in and around like Chernobyl, Fukushima, any big, huge nuclear reactors, they have to worry about damage to the thyroid because the thyroid will actually pick up radioactive material. So the two hormones that really control our metabolism here are the T4 and T3. So T4 is secreted by the thyroid follicles, and then T3 is the conversion of T4 at the target cells. So those two basic ones, the big thing to remember about these really is the fact that they are metabolic hormones, okay? The other one is calcitonin. It's really there to either to decrease the levels of calcium in the blood. So when it's secreted, it will cause the calcium to be deposited in bones. The antagonist for that is actually secreted by the parathyroid, which we'll talk about here in a second. Okay, and then produced by C cells. So big thing for calcitonin is it causes bone density to increase. So if somebody has an issue with calcitonin, we would look to see that they probably have a bone density problem. The parathyroid then is actually these little masses that sit on the posterior side of the thyroid, and they really only secrete one hormone, this parathyroid hormone, or PTH. Okay, it stimulates osteoclasts to actually remove bone calcium. So what it will do is raise calcium levels in the bloodstream. It also stimulates the kidneys and intestine to absorb calcium. So it is not stored in bones; it's stored in the calcium. So again, if we have an issue with this one, right, we may see, especially if it's overstimulated, we may see bone density issues besides. Okay. All right. Quick lecture. We'll go ahead and stop here.